Good evening. Please stand for the posting of your colors and the Pledge of Allegiance.
Order, arms. Ready, cut. Shoulder, arms. Ready, cut. Present. Arms. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order. Arms. Ready. Cut. Order. Arms. Marching file. Ready. Step. Ready, two. Ready, two. Ready, two. Ready, two. Ready, two. Colors.
Thank you to the West Bend Police Department Color Guard for posting the colors tonight. I'd like to call the City of West Bend Licensing Board for January 6th to order, and we have 2 items on the agenda. First one is approval of the meeting minutes from December 16th, 2019.
Motion to approve.
Second, I have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed by the same sign, motion carries. Item number 2 is the operator's license, and there is a list of those applicants in our packet.
Motion to approve.
Second, I have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed by the same sign, motion carried. Being no further business before the licensing board, I adjourn. I'd like to call the Common Council meeting of January 6th, 2020 to order. And note that we have 11 items on the agenda. We do have a quorum with Alderman Kist absent and excused. Items 1, 2, and 3 will be swearing in of new police officers for the City of West Bend.
Raise your right hand. I, Amanda N. Lemberger,
I, Amanda N. Lemberger, having been appointed as police officer in the city of West Bend, Washington County, swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the state of Wisconsin,
and the Constitution of the state of Wisconsin,
and will faithfully
and will faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of said office
of said office
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Good evening. While I pin Amanda's badge on, just introduce her briefly to the community. Amanda graduated from West Bend East High School. She then attended MATC, where she had an associate degree. While attending MATC, she worked as a community service officer for City of West Bend Police for about 2.5 years. And this last December, she graduated from MATC Recruit School. Congratulations and welcome, Amanda.
Raise your right hand. I, Mitchell A. Welker,
I, Mitchell A. Welker,
having been appointed
having been appointed
as police officer
as police officer
in the city of West Bend,
in the city of West Bend,
Washington County,
Washington County,
swear that I will support
swear that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the state of Wisconsin,
and the Constitution of the state of Wisconsin,
and will faithfully
and will faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of said office
of said office
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
While I put Mitchell's badge on, I'll just tell you, he too graduated West Bend, but he was the cross-hall rival, West Bend West High School. Mitchell then attended Marion College. While attending Marion College, he worked for Department of Public Works. Doug Newman told me to let everybody know he properly groomed him to be a police officer, so don't let him down, Mitch. So while working and going to school, he obtained his bachelor's degree, and this last December graduated from Fox Valley Recruit School. Congratulations.
Raise your right hand. I, Michael J. Webster,
I, Michael J. Webster,
having been appointed
having been appointed
as police officer
as police officer
in the city of West Bend,
in the city of West Bend,
Washington County,
Washington County,
swear that I will support
swear that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the state of Wisconsin,
of the state of Wisconsin,
and will faithfully
and will faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of said office
of said office
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Just introduce Michael to the community. Michael, little foreigner, he graduated Heritage Christian High School in New Berlin. He spent 4 years in the Marines, graduated, came back from the Marines, then went to UWM where he got his bachelor's degree in criminal justice. He attended MATC Recruit School with Amanda. Michael was the #1 academic student in the MATC class that graduated in December. And Michael's, some family members are here. Unfortunately, his wife is not. Kind of a poor excuse, but she had their 3rd child on Friday. Congratulations, Michael. Congratulations, Grandma and Grandpa. In addition to graduating a week before Christmas from recruit school, he moved to a new house here in West Bend. and had their third child, so he's got a busy couple of weeks as well.
Item number 4 on the agenda is a resolution honoring James White. Jim, I know you're hiding out there somewhere. Whereas James White was appointed to the Park and Rec Commission on April 20th, 1982. In 1988, he became the chairperson, faithfully serving the city of West Bend as the chairperson of the commission for 31 years. And whereas during his 31 years as chairperson of the Park and Recreation Commission, James White also served as a member of the Planning Commission. And whereas James White exemplifies outstanding leadership and advocacy for our parks and trail system, devoting a substantial portion of his time for the betterment and enrichment of the citizens of West Bend. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Common Council of the City of West Bend, Washington County, Wisconsin, honors James White and expresses its deep appreciation for his many years of dedicated service to the City of West Bend.
Thank you for your service. Thank you.
Congratulations. You need another one to step up and say a few words?
I would suggest that I have a few words, so that's what I have, a few words, if you can hear me. Anyway, since 1984, when I first got onto the Planning Commission, there's a little bit of discrepancy. It was 1984. West Bend has seen an orderly and dynamic growth, and it's been an honor and a privilege to have been a part of the development as a member of the Planning Commission. I appreciate the confidence of the 5 previous mayors who appointed me as a commissioner. It has also been a privilege to have served with a multitude of dedicated fellow commissioners who gave generously of time, talent, and vision to move West Bend's growth and development forward. Finally, I could not have done anything without the support and encouragement of my wife, Ann. Love you, hon. Thank you.
Thanks, Jim, for all your hard work and devotion to the city. I will take a motion on the item.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed by the same side. Motion carries. Number 5 is a proclamation, Adult School Crossing Guard Recognition Week. Whereas school crossing guards stand faithfully at their post along busy intersections in every kind of weather while dealing with distracted and speeding motorists to complete their charge of safely assisting school children across the street. And whereas school crossing guards provide children a familiar face every morning, keeping an eye on their well-being and alert the police department to dangerous drivers and driving conditions. And whereas school crossing guards help reinforce the minds of the young people they assist, the importance of traffic hazard identification and safe street crossing behavior. And whereas local declarations, police department honors, and especially smiles and kind words from the children help to convey the gratitude of our community for the life-saving and injury-reducing role that school crossing guards play. Now, therefore, I, Stevie Hogister, Acting Mayor, City of West Bend, do hereby proclaim January 13th to the 17th, 2020, be designated as Adult School Crossing Guard Recognition Week for the wonderful assistance they provide our children. Thank you to all the crossing guards that devote all the time and energy to making sure our kids are safe in this city. Got some of them right over here. Thank you for everything you guys do to help us. Before we go on to number 6, I'm sorry, what?
That's a proclamation.
Oh, proclamation.
Yeah. Before we go on to number 6, I know there's a lot of you here that came to see the police officers. If you want to go join them for their reception, be my guest at this time. You're going to be missing a lot of good stuff.
Oh, no. Shucks. Yeah, I remember that too. That hasn't changed. Right here? You still should have signed here. Good job, Victoria. Just wait till
Made the motion, so you're still on that one. Where do you live?
All right, item number 6, the approval of the minutes of the Common Council regular meeting December 16th, 2019.
Motion to approve. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments, questions, or corrections? Being none, therefore, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed by the same sign. Motion carries. Item number 7 is the consent agenda.
Motion to approve. Second.
A motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed by the same sign. Motion carries. Under reports, item number 8 is a report regarding the Joint Review Board meeting by City Administrator Jay Shambo.
I can start, and Mark Allen, if you want to jump in, you were in attendance, and at the joint review, if you want to add, feel free to do so. The Joint Review Board met December 17th. They had a chance to review a preliminary project plan put together by Ellers and city staff for our new TIF, TIF 14. It was a good, healthy discussion regarding the proposal of that TIF. We're excited to share the timeline with them, with you. You'll be acting on this at your next council meeting on January 20th on the TIF creation. And then the timeline is pretty tight. It goes to February 4th, and then February 5th meeting of the joint, I think it's the 5th, the Wednesday after the Joint Review Board meets again, and the parameters resolution has already been set. So as soon as the bond is issued, we'll be buying the land and creating the TIF and be off to bigger and better things with TIF 14. So if there's any questions, or Mark, if you wanted to add, I would just say that there were healthy discussions from the school district representative regarding the possibility of this being speculative, and the fact that we're really looking for our number one first in development, and excited to be moving forward with that entity when it comes to us as soon as possible. That'll make everybody a lot more at ease, that's for sure.
Nothing to add.
All right, thank you. Item number 9, report by Alderman Jenkins or Alderman Caston regarding the Special Planning Commission meeting.
Thanks, Steve. Again, wrapped all around TIF District 14. We had a public hearing, as well as we considered the preliminary project plan. As Jay said, it's a very aggressive timeline, so things will be moving relatively quickly on this one.
Any questions for Rich?
Yeah, just that I guess I can guess the answer to this question, but was there any concerns at the public hearing?
No, nothing.
Thanks, Rich. Item number 10, report by Alderman Jenkins regarding the library board meeting.
All right. So I handed out a document. We're going to hope that this is a more regular feature. The library board had asked our director, Amy Becker, to put together a nice summary of the goings-ons of the library month to month. So it kind of gives us a little bit more of a highlight into the details of what goes on at the library. So you guys can read this, but the highlights here are, there's a survey out. If you haven't taken it yet, make sure you do so. It's online through the library website, and it kind of gives the community, both at the city level and the county level, a pulse on what libraries you use, what you do there, and that kind of stuff. So that'll be good statistics for us to have. The sprinkler system, as I mentioned, I believe at a previous meeting, is kind of on the fritz. So repair is added to our capital improvement projects for at the city level. Circulation went up a little bit. And as referenced before, for the library recreation center, the library board did commit $150,000 towards that project, and are currently working on a lease agreement or MOU between library and the Parks Department. And then underneath, you can check out some different programs and events that are going on. That's it. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris. Any questions for Chris?
Yeah, you said the sprinkler system is on the fritz?
Yep.
So it's got functional issues right now, or
so it's
just not reliable, or what's?
Yeah, it's more that it's just a slowly failing system. So they did do repairs and patches. I know our maintenance crews have checked it out too. So it's good now, but it's going to need a repair at some point here in the near future.
Do we have budget numbers on that yet?
Not that I would have in front of me. I don't know if our maintenance staff have looked at it yet.
There's some preliminary numbers from Amy regarding the next two phases, the next two wings, if you will, of the sprinkler system piping. The first phase is already completed, and the next two phases, I want to say it was $75,000-ish is what her estimate was. So it's, again, I think what Alderman Jenkins represented is similar to what Amy shared with me, that it's a watch item at this point, something that she'd like us to consider adding to the future CIP, probably in 2021 or 2022.
Yep.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, item number 11 will be a closed session item, which we're not returning after we're done in there. So I was asked to make one announcement. Tomorrow night is the Planning Commission meeting for a conditional use permit for Quick Trip is one of the items on the agenda. That has been delayed until the February meeting. So if anybody was planning on coming for that singular item, that will not be addressed tomorrow night. If you're willing to come and listen to the other stuff, you're more than welcome. Item number 11, entertain a motion to adjourn into closed session pursuant to state statutes, section 19.85, sub 1, sub E, deliberating or negotiating the purchase of public properties, the investing of public funds, or conducting other specific public business whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session. Negotiation of the sale of land.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Alderman Butchlick?
Aye.
Alderman Allen.
Aye.
Alderman Chevalier.
Aye.
Alderman Jenkins.
Aye.
Alderman Caston.
Aye.
Alderman Model.
Aye.
Alderman Hoogaster.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Good night, everyone.